When was that?
You were not alive during Leroy Jenkins.
When was Leroy Jenkins?
4?
Oh, I was 1.
Oh,
It's such a baby.
2005.
Oh, I was 2. Sorry.
I wasn't far off.
What makes it a mouse hole?
It's the size
Versus
of a
just
mouse.
a hole.
It's the size of a mouse. The middle of the flap that everybody else has been running.
A lot of flaps going around.
Okay. Is that what you want to say, or is that just what you're thinking about right now? Monaco GP winner was the next on the list.
Ciao.
Ciao.
Yep.
Hello everybody, welcome back to Ahead of the Apex. I'm once again joined by Tim, Matty and Cam, and I got that right this time. I didn't keep saying Matt, so I'm very proud of myself because that felt weird last week, technically. Right, boys, we're doing the end of season predictions. Just to clarify, because this bit will come out after the first race in Australia, so congratulations on Charles Leclerc's victory in Australia. Max Verstappen put up a good fight against Lando Norris, but the Dutchman came through in the end, and that's what counts. George Russell, sad to see his engine failure. It's heartbreaking to see that on the last lap, isn't it?
It was impressive to see Stroll do 2 laps before he put it in a wall.
Yeah. Fernando didn't even turn up. That's crazy. Cadillac in the points.
Who would have seen that coming?
In their first race, just like Haas did. Oh my God. We have no idea what's going to happen, do we? Absolutely none. We've been trying, but I think the exciting thing is none of us really know what's going on.
It seems too up in the air.
Does it become even more up in the air because of the fuel?
Maybe.
Because none of them have run their fuel yet.
Ferrari have.
Have they run the final? Have they run the only fuel they're going to run?
Ferrari and Red Bull have their fuels approved and have run it in testing.
Toto's got very angry because
Toto is not happy.
because people are saying that the fuel's illegal as well.
Oh, I thought he was in the Epstein files.
That was a weird moment.
That was a really...
He really overstepped the mark
Yeah.
there, and you could see it in his face. He was like, I should not have said that.
I was on TV.
Fred Vasseur
I was going to say,
fuming with him.
Fred looked like he'd just seen it.
Yeah.
Well, because Lawrence Stroll is in the Epstein files.
Yes,
Not that this is the topic for this podcast.
Is he?
Yeah, like loads.
Loads.
Yes.
It's all the designer, isn't it? All the designer clothing thing. That's what
It's all his emailing, first and last name, obviously, because they're such good friends. But
Yeah.
but the fuel could change everything for the other teams then. So
Absolutely. I'm
could
going to
have
have to nag you to move your mic back in front of your face because we have moved. We took a break between recordings.
No, it's the following week. I'm sorry.
It's the following week. Yeah,
we're just all wearing the
clothes.
same clothes, though.
Not me, because
I'm
now
not.
that
You can't
Ferrari,
see me.
Because now that Ferrari didn't win in Australia, I'm wearing my Boys Get Sad Too t-shirt because we do get sad too, don't we, Cam?
We do.
When Ferrari
We
don't
do.
win. In last week's episode, we talked about who was going to win, who was going to be the biggest, best surprise, who was going to be biggest disappointment.
We didn't do a
Do
surprise.
surprise.
Oh, we didn't do a surprise. Oh, well, that's how we're starting this week then.
Haas.
Yeah. I need to
Haas.
start coming in earlier.
No one...
Yes,
no
you do.
one expected Haas to look this good early on.
Looking
And
good.
Haas are currently probably against Alpine for best of the rest at the minute.
I would argue that point too.
So Haas for me, absolutely Haas.
Cyril's
I too
5-year
have
plan.
listened to that race podcast, Cam. No, I agree with you. I think
That was an awkward moment. Cyril's 5-year plan.
Christ, my friend of like 12 years just gave me a death stare. Yeah, I would say Audi
I would say Audi.
as my biggest surprise of the season.
I just don't think it's a surprise.
Well, you know, we talked that Haas of nail testing, so I see where you're coming from. For me, Audi, they brought the no side pods, which means they've got more floor
The
real estate.
Mercedes from whatever year
No,
it
but
was.
they've
they've
actually
got
made
the
it
air
work.
intake on the long ways rather than in this way.
The air intake is long, but they've still got high, sharp cooling side pods.
Yeah.
Right? Not the air
deflecting
intakes.
the air as it comes down and then pushes.
But that means that they've got more space in the floor where the side pods would normally meet the floor to do little twirly, spiky
That's where it's
things.
pushing it to that diffuser.
Aero things.
Yeah, because it's all to push it to the diffuser, isn't it?
It is. They've also what was the other thing they've done? The holes, the cheese mouse holes. That's what Karun Chandok, our favorite person. That's what he's calling them.
He
mouse
absolutely
holes.
loves Q3.
So like their diffuser and their floor is full of mouse holes, which we don't know whether that's a good thing or a bad thing.
What makes it a mouse hole?
It's the
Versus
size of a
just
mouse.
a hole.
It's the size of a mouse.
Yeah, but their front wing's a bit different as well due to the
Yes.
side pods. So then it
Honestly,
it brings it in.
how much are we paying for Sky nowadays?
50 something pounds a month for Sky Sports. That's on top of your Sky package. What do you pay?
No comment.
No, so I would say Audi. But they've got interesting aero components. They've done a decent amount of laps. They're a new team, but they're not a new team in that they're building on 2-3 decades worth of Sauber experience. A lot of those people have been there for 2-3 decades. They've also hired big names, right? Jonathan Wheatley springs to mind.
That team turned around last year from the team that was before who couldn't even put a wheel on
Yeah.
to be
Yes.
one of the most efficient teams in the pit lane.
Yeah, absolutely. So, yeah, for me, it would be Audi.
The only reason I say I don't see it as a surprise is because Audi have such good racing pedigree.
Yeah.
Like no matter what they've ever gone into, they've won it. So don't get me wrong, I won't expect them to come into F1 this season and win.
No, I don't know.
I won't expect them to do a Braun GP, but I do think in 4 years' time, Audi are certainly going to be knocking on the door of being one of the big boys.
Yeah, and I'm not saying that they're going to win the title by being biggest surprise. I think they might get some decent points. They'll probably fight with Alpine and we think Haas in the midfield. Maybe a podium, dare I say it?
Again,
Cheeky podium.
second one for Hulk in 2 seasons.
He's got a bonus,
I'm not
right,
sure
now,
about
on the
podium.
number of points he's getting. I bet they're regretting signing that contract now after turning up in pre-season and being pretty decent. Because, yeah, Hulkenberg is about to Kimi Räikkönen this team.
Yep.
I mean,
He's going to milk him for everything
Whoa.
he's got.
yeah. Tim, biggest surprise?
I'm going to say Kimi Antonelli.
Okay.
I think he's going to take a lot more of a fight to George than has been discussed.
Do you think he's going to go like full rogue? Full Max Verstappen?
I don't think he'll go. No, I don't think
steal
he's
his
that
wife
kind
and
of
child.
person.
Whoa. Hey. He didn't steal. He borrowed.
He
On
definitely.
a permanent basis.
She belongs to the streets, right?
I think everyone sort of said, look, George.
Everybody's saying George.
And I don't think he's going to roll over. And I think he might in a few races, beat him to it.
Do you think he'll be more of what Piastri should have been last year?
No, I think that's unfair on Piastri last year. I think Piastri was that for a lot of last year.
Yeah, I mean, you and I said he should.
I think
never have
everyone
got out of the way in Monza.
Everyone said, "Oh, he should win the year because he was however many points ahead halfway through." Yes, he shouldn't have got out of the way in Monza, right? But I think it will be. I don't think it will be. I think he will be surprising.
Right,
And I think
you
he will
don't
have a
think he's
few
gonna beat
races.
George?
No. But I think he's going to have a few races where he will do very, very well.
I actually think Mercedes could end up upsetting Kimi Antonelli. Purely because I don't think they'll let Kimi Antonelli do what Nico Rosberg did. And I think there's a chance he could end up getting a little bit bored at some point, and
they are
he could end up going to
close
another
in
team.
age, aren't they? I mean, I know George has been in the sport since 2018, but George isn't old. They're still mid-20s, right? Him and Max.
Oh yeah,
and
George
Alex.
has just been around for.
And
a
I know
long time.
Kimmy's a teenager, but it's not Lewis and George.
No.
It's much closer in age than that, and George has patiently waited for his time,
At Williams and then at Mercedes.
and this year looks like it might well be his time. But will Kimmy get out of the way when he's told to? Is that what you're saying?
No, what I'm saying is I don't think Mercedes will let him spread his wings. I think they're going to clip him. You know, I don't think
that.
I don't think they'll ever want another Rosberg situation.
No. I don't think anybody wants
So-
a Rosberg situation.
So I can't see
Apart
see
from
them
the
actually.
fans.
I can't see them actually letting him fight Russell much. I think they will. I think
Team orders are gonna be
yeah.
big.
I think it's going to be very much. We're going to do everything we can to get George Russell this world title, and I think that could upset Kimi Antonelli.
I can see that upsetting Lewis Hamilton at Ferrari. I can see the same thing playing out with
Oh
Ferrari,
yeah, absolutely.
but in Charles's favour.
Yeah.
So
And then Lewis leaves and Lord Jesus Christ returns from Aston Martin to Ferrari.
And the
Lord Jesus Christ.
Fernando Alonso.
Isaac Hadjar's probably going to get annoyed at Red Bull.
No.
but-
Giovinazzi's coming back to Ferrari before Fernando Alonso is. My God. There's no way that's happening. I'm Behrman probably
Yeah.
to Ferrari. But again, then you're in the same situation. The gap between Behrman and Charles is 10 years, not 15. That's,
I don't think it's even 10.
I don't know. How old is Charles Leclerc? He must be late 20s.
Younger.
Carlos Sainz is 32. We're the same age. We look it.
What have you been doing?
Yeah. Matty,
Yeah.
biggest surprise.
Audi.
Audi. You agree with me? Similar logic?
Yeah. I think, you can come in. The only thing you take away is this engine that Audi bring in difference. Everything else is what was there.
Is Audi the other engine supplier? I was
Yeah.
trying to work that out in my head.
they're the only
Right.
ones they're making their own. So
Right.
that's the bit that's the unknown.
But it's done fine.
Yeah, so far. So
So
that's what I'm
far.
saying. But when coming into the season,
Yeah.
that's the only part that's
In
not
fact,
Sauber.
the only engine... Lewis had a breakdown on the last day of testing, right at the very end of testing. Mercedes have had 3. They've had an Alpine and a Kimi, and
Piastri had issues.
Piastri had issues, electrical issues. Honda have had 30 just in day 2 of testing.
And no parts left to fix
No
it.
parts left to fix it. But yeah, I mean, Ferrari have had 1 PU issue. Thankfully, it happened in Bahrain and not in Australia. Red Bull have had no issues,
No,
right?
Red Bull
and
have-
Audi have had no issues.
Yeah. And that's where I think, because the surprise, yes, you're surprised that Audi have come in. They're making an engine for F1. I've
Yep.
made engine other things, but these other teams have been making engines for a long time for F1 to fit
Yes.
an F1 car to do all the stuff that it needs to do. Plus, it's not even like they've got something to go off
Yeah.
because there's the new rules. So it's not even like they're just picking up an engine and going, yay.
I feel like that's almost helped them though.
To a degree.
Yeah, maybe.
You know, because it's more of a level playing field. If they was coming in
But
10 years ago when Mercedes was so far ahead of the curve,
Yeah, we probably would have demoralized
you
them,
know,
right?
they could have had a bit of a, well, not as bad as Honda situation, but VW were just always going to get it right on the engine.
Yes. I'd like to see its emissions.
But if you look at it from, you split that bit off, and if you look at the biggest surprise, if we were to, like you just did, you're going off Kimi Antonelli of last season. If you look at Sauber from 2 years ago,
Oh, Christ.
where Audi could be at the end of this season,
When they first turned up in green and Joe Guan Yu had a 53-second pit stop at Silverstone or something.
Oh, yeah.
Jesus.
2 cars retired because they couldn't put a front wheel on.
Yeah.
You
It's
know what
bad,
I mean?
yeah.
And they've changed a lot in how that turns around. That's why I think Audi.
Well, they designed their car for combat in the corners.
I just wish the Audi looked better.
It does look nice.
I love the front end of it. The back end's
The
just,
fluorescent brake light red, I'm not a fan of. But they've done a better job now. They've actually put some stickers on it, so that's at least something. And maybe the livery makes a bit more sense now where they've got the weird side pods.
Yeah.
They've also got the only other unique, sorry, we didn't even talk about Alpine's unique rear wing there. So Alpine and Audi are the only ones that have unique rear wings apart from Ferrari, right? Everybody else has gone, well, we know how to make DRS, so we've made DRS.
Yeah.
Right? Alpine, as you quite rightly said earlier, Cam, folds flat, which could be a problem. So it just disappears completely from view. Audi have a centrally mounted rear flap. That's a weird phrase. Much like Ferrari, except theirs doesn't go all the way around. It just goes halfway. Yeah. So they get a little bit of top and bottom aero release rather than the middle of the flap that everybody else has been running.
A lot of flaps going around.
Alpine also have, we didn't even talk about Alpine there, good God. Alpine have had the most aero testing time out of anybody by a long way. And their floor is by far the most complex. Lots of mouse holes, lots of weird flaps at the back in that Mercedes W11 floor space at the back. I'm staggered by Alpine's performance, to be honest, so far. If you ask me now who's been the biggest surprise of testing, I would probably say Alpine. New engine, they've got on top of that very quickly. They look on the pace. The car looks different to all the other Mercedes-powered cars, including the Williams. And just barely any issues. One issue for Colapinto in shakedown, not even in testing. So, yeah.
I think Alpine has come in doing a little bit worse what we expected Williams to do. Like we expected so much from Williams, didn't we, getting it right? And it's almost like Alpine have just come in and said, we've got it right, you didn't.
Haha.
Yeah.
Yeah. This is Cyril's plan, you're right.
Yeah.
Cyril's master
5-year plan.
And in a few months' time, when Christian Horner might be there.
Oh, baby. Christian Horner and Flavio Briatore.
You know.
Is that your biggest surprise of 2026?
That's actually written my biggest surprises was the Horn Dog returns.
The Horn Dog returns, yeah. I can see it.
And then we see some actual shithousery.
Well, by all accounts, he's leading the consortium, isn't
he? Yeah.
Is this the consortium that's also got people like Ryan Reynolds and...
Yeah, I believe so.
On it. Okay. Why?
This is the only way back in.
Why does Alpine need a consortium to run? Why is that the case?
No, it's to buy,
buy him out.
But, okay. But there is already a consortium that own the majority shareholders of
so
Alpine.
Another consortium is going to buy that. So rather than one person buying it. Something like Ineos,
so if you go to the shop and you want something...
This is like the co-op, right?
Yeah, you pay money for the thing.
Money for it.
But if we all wanted to buy that safety car, we'd be a consortium back, so we'd share ownership.
Can I put it in simpler terms? Christian Horner wants to return to F1, but he can't afford it, so he's getting a consortium behind him so he can return to F1.
Buy it in.
Gotcha.
Christian Horner is in the co-op and he wants to buy
and he wants to buy Alpine and he's looking at the shelf.
A member's card, so you're going to get cheaper. He has to pay for it.
Right.
The other team that we haven't mentioned is Racing Bulls.
We haven't talked once about Racing Bulls, apart from that they did the second most number of laps. That's it.
I think they're going to be
cool. I'm glad we covered that.
Literally how we treat them in the end of season reviews.
I mean,
the forgotten man, Liam Lawson.
The only thing I can say, but you've already spoke about it on a previous podcast, is the car looks great.
The car looks phenomenal.
It's going to look fantastic at the back of the grid.
Yeah.
I don't think they're going to be at the back.
Yeah.
I don't think the drivers are going to be good enough.
I think they're going to be in no man's land. You're going to have a 4-3-1-3 split. Is that enough teams? Yeah. Yeah.
I think you're going to have a 5-7 split.
5? Who's the fifth?
And make 12 teams?
I think, make 12 teams.
5-6, sorry.
Aren't you doing
13 teams? Oh, no, that's 11.
I think Haas are going to just cling on.
Ooh,
holding on to the back end of the
that
top
is a
four.
Spicy take.
Mm-hmm.
I'm
just dropping bombs now.
Do you see that 5 as a 2-3 split?
What?
That top 5?
No, I think I see it as a 3-2.
Yeah, naturally, yeah.
I think I see it as a 3-2.
A 3-2. Red Bull in the 3, I assume.
Yeah.
Okay. So McLaren fighting Haas.
Yeah.
What are you saying? Yeah. Okay.
Well,
I just wanna
I don't
be
know.
clear.
I don't know yet. But
I just wanna be
I
clear.
just don't know.
No, okay.
He's gonna hold it to the
I don't
hill.
see Haas been
I see
that
it as
close.
that was a weird gesture. I see it as a 4-3-1-3.
I think Haas could do like an old school Force India where they're just in a world of their own.
That's so making it a 4-1-2-1-3.
Yeah, I'm thinking
Four-
the one is racing
4-1-2.
bulls, and they're not at the back
But
with Williams,
realistically,
Cadillac, and
I
Aston.
think Haas will be with like Alpine
Hang on,
and Williams.
4. So who's the one? Who's
So
the
the
one?
4 is obviously Ferrari,
fine, yeah,
Mercedes, Red Bull, McLaren.
Yeah.
Then the 3 would be Haas, Alpine, and Audi.
No, who's the one? You said 4-1
Racing Bulls
is above.
is the one. Is above the Williams, Cadillac, and Aston Martin.
Oh, so you said 4-3-1.
4-3-1-3.
I thought you said
So
4-1.
never become a football manager.
Yeah.
I don't know enough about football. Okay, fine. Yes, then yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
That they're just not going to be. They're not going to be the back of the pack, but they're just not going to be able to keep in that midfield. They're going to be the back of the midfield.
Yes, I think they will develop as the Red Bull powertrain develops, and then that will probably bring them into a 4-4-3. Is that right? Am I
Yeah.
am I losing
yeah.
it?
No, that's right.
Am I right? Yeah.
It brings them up to the midfield, basically, away from that back leader
Yes.
and markers.
Yes.
I just think there's going to be 2 at the back.
4-4-2.
It'd be 4-5-2.
1-4-4-2.
Now you are just naming football. But yeah,
Who's the 2 at the back?
Cadillac and Aston Martin.
Okay. So I mean, the next question I asked you all to do was Audi versus Cadillac, but I think we've
Audi.
Yeah, it's not
I
even
think
a
we pretty much
competition.
answered that because whatever Cadillac do this year, that is a win, right? They've got off the line, they've got the team together. They're not going to be out of the 107%. They're always going to be compared to Haas, but they're not Haas. It's a different game now, and
massively different game.
and they've
Even
done it
also, they've
without
got the power
buying.
unit as well.
Yeah, but so did Haas, but they've
That's what
done
I
it
mean.
without buying everything from Ferrari.
Yeah,
Right.
They're doing it themselves, aren't they?
Yeah, they built their own gearbox, they built their own chassis, they built their own whatever auxiliary components to the car. They've just bought the PU and the battery off Ferrari. That's it. So respect to them for whatever they do. I think they'll get points, but I don't think they'll regularly beat the V-Carbs and the
Do we think there's going to be anyone without any points? Do you think Aston will score at all?
Lance Stroll.
Yeah.
It depends. It does depend how quickly Honda can get up to speed.
If Honda can get up to speed,
If they take the same amount of time as when McLaren first took Honda back, then
We're talking 7 years.
then no. But if it's more like the Honda team that went to Red Bull, then yeah.
So Honda went to Red Bull in 19. So we're talking 5 years of development before they were on par with Ferrari. And even then, in 2021, Red Bull, it's thought that Red Bull had the best car, but not necessarily the best PU. So even then, we're still talking like 7 years of development in the turbo hybrid era. And to be honest, the best PU, I don't think Honda had that until maybe 23. Maybe
22.
22.
Because it didn't start brilliantly, but it wasn't the PU that was at fault, was it?
The
Brake drums, stuff like that. What cost him not finishing max?
The thing I'd be worried about, and a lot of the Honda personnel from that era actually with Red Bull still.
Yeah.
Yeah, Red Bull powertrains, which is
So
Ford.
basically, Aston Martin have got the McLaren Honda team again because all the good ones are at Red Bull.
Yeah. Yeah. Still, they've got a nice wind tunnel.
I'm sure it's beautiful.
It works.
So that's a thing.
Massive factory.
Right. Let's move on to some, hopefully, well, I put quickfire round, but the way that this has been going, I suspect they won't be quickfire rounds. Most dramatic event / thing of the year.
The Horn Dog returns.
Okay.
Comes strolling
Drive
in.
to Survive releases in 3 days.
So by the end of the year, Matty is going to be an Alpine fan.
Like strutting in down the pit lane.
Him and Flavio just together, together
Big cigar.
again.
Skipping.
Yes.
Wearing pink.
They'll be pushing Flavio in a wheelchair soon enough.
Yeah. I was thinking that.
That's the only reason he's going there, let's be honest.
to take over after Flavio.
Yeah, because he knows that all the other teams he ain't got a chance with.
Well, no, it's a bit like Fernando Alonso, right? Burnt bridges everywhere he's ever been. So,
Or anybody's had to deal with. So the only team that will take him is another man.
Oh, I could see him at Mercedes on Toto's, just standing over Toto's shoulder, like, "Can I push the button, Toto?" And he's like, "No,
No, Mikey.
no."
Fix your car.
Tim,
Dramatic.
yeah,
I'm thinking a Ferrari win in Monza.
Dramatic.
That would be like emotional.
theatre, yeah,
Cinema.
absolute cinema. Okay, is that what you want to say, or is that just what you're thinking about right now?
Actually, I'm going to be even bolder.
Okay,
No, we're
Go
not. We're not at Imola anymore, are we? Or is this the last one?
year, yes. Next year, no.
Right, double Ferrari win in Italy.
Oh, I love it.
Okay, that would be a bit dramatic.
That would
for
be
the
dramatic.
Tifosi. Cambo,
Right. I'm going like proper out there on this one.
this is going to be whatever this is going to be spicy.
This is going to be wild. Right. Fernando Alonso, I don't think he's going to last at Aston Martin if the car stays as bad as it is.
What, half retirement?
I think Fernando leaves Aston Martin mid-season at some point. And then it gets better. Then I think Red Bull put Hadjar back in the Racing Bull and they give Alonso one last chance to be a wingman and he goes to Red Bull.
That would be dramatic.
That would be insane. I like it though.
But then who did they get rid of at Racing Bulls?
Well, not Lawson,
Lindblad,
because
I
he
guess.
probably brings out too much money, doesn't he? But I just... look, this isn't what I think's going to happen. It's what I want to happen.
Right. and I have to tip my hat to you. That would definitely be the most dramatic event of the year. Of any year, perhaps.
And I think the bookmakers at Sky Bet are on the same page as me right now. Because
That's why he's 25
that's why he's 25 to 1 for the title. And I'd love to see it because I feel like Fernando could get a race win.
I think he is owed one after Monaco 20.
Yeah.
Just
three.
one,
Whatever.
yeah,
Three.
just one
Three.
last swan song in a good car. Like that's all I want.
When
The rain came down.
the rain came and then they put Stroll on and then Stroll was worse than everyone else. So they went, clearly not ready for wet. Even though it absolutely was ready for wet. And then he lost the race.
Yeah. Mine is going to be a title crash, a title deciding crash.
Is it on purpose? Is it Schumacher-esque?
Is it
No.
Senna forgets to turn? He was quite mid, to be fair.
He was. 2 weeks in a row. Clip that up.
Oh,
No, it's not going to be on purpose. What will make it dramatic is that it will be between George Russell and Max Verstappen.
I'd rate that as well.
And given their history. So I think it will either prevent George from winning the title or prevent Max from winning the title. But whichever way round it is, it will decide the title.
So you're saying there's bad blood there?
Horrendously bad blood, yeah.
what, George crashes into Max? I feel like Max crashing into George wouldn't be very dramatic. Been there, done that.
it'd
no,
just
but
be
it's
like, that's Max.
No, but
Yeah.
it's the stakes in what it's for.
Yeah.
It's the
But
stage.
George, I mean, imagine George just being like, nah. fuck
mean
this.
like
So
George
who
when
do you
he-
think it gifts the title to though?
If I had to put some money
Because
on
I
it,
think if Max were to crash into George, I think Max,
He's doing
that's
it.
because Max is doing it because he's going to win the world title. I think if George did it, it'd just be to spite Max, not because he'd win the world title.
if I had to put some money on it, I can see a George clipping Max, spinning Max over the front wing, and then DNFing the pair of them in type incident. I'm thinking Lewis Hamilton and Alex Albon at Austria type thing. Or,
I see. I was thinking Monza, Hamilton, Verstappen.
or George,
Put
or,
the car on his head.
Yeah.
or George and
it was
Sainz
super
at
dramatic.
Texas,
was
right?
clipping Albon a bit.
And in that instance, I think it gifts the world championship to Leclerc
Whoa.
not George.
Okay.
I love it.
I think by the time we get to that,
Okay.
I'm thinking maybe Mexico.
You got that bottle still, Josh?
Which bottle?
The one you were drinking from earlier. Whatever you're drinking, I want some.
I'll be honest, right?
Delusional.
I hope yours happens. I hope mine happens. Like,
I don't
these
hope
are things
yours
I want to see. Yeah, I don't want Cristiano.
I don't
back
want
in F1.
Cristiano back in F1. I think
Sorry,
he's
Christian.
had his time.
I feel like it's been quite a nice detox.
Yes.
Been brilliant on it.
Do we just
I
need
like
to get rid of
Mekis.
Stroll and
Stroll.
Briatore?
Stroll.
I mean, would he come back to F1 and still not talk to Sky Sports? Just still refuse?
Not sure. Maybe.
Or would he just be like, I'm back?
Should we ask him when we get him on the pod next week?
Let's see if, can you pull it off like my daughter Skull did and get somebody big on this?
Ayo Komatsu. Yeah, Ayo, hit us up. Right. Monaco GP winner was the next on the list.
Ciao.
Yep, Charles. The Ferrari should suit Monaco down to an absolute T. So Charles.
He's the quickest over one lap. It's a race that's a procession. Win quali, win the race.
We are for the first time in 100% agreement at this table.
The small turbo should come into its own at Monaco.
Yeah, absolutely. Right. Shock retirements. Do we think there will be any?
Lewis
Cam
Hamilton.
has already kind of said Fernando, but then
Lewis.
it's not retirement, so it's fine. You think Lewis?
He's going to realise that he actually
Yeah, he is done.
Did it?
The reset isn't what he needed.
No. So I've put Alonso, but it's not a shock. ... Max Verstappen.
Ooh.
Just purely because of the things he's been saying.
Yeah.
I mean,
He seems fed up.
On the day we're recording this, there's been a podcast released today that's made some headlines.
Are you promoting other podcasts?
I don't know what the podcast is called, but I've seen the headline. He's said that his time in F1, he doesn't want to be racing when he's in his 40s, like Hamilton and Alonso, and the new regs aren't helping him want to stay in F1.
Yep.
So I think there is a world this season where if he's getting really that bored and he just wants to go do Le Mans and stuff like that, he just retires.
Tim? There is a legitimate answer that is no shock retirements.
Nah,
Okay.
I don't see it.
I think all three. Alonso, Hamilton and Verstappen. I think we lose all three at the end of this year. Alonso because he'll be fed up of Honda again. Lewis because he won't have won his 8th title and he realises that he hasn't reset.
Ollie Behrman's the next one to the
and Verstappen for the reasons that Cam just said. I think we lose all three. And we have a completely different Formula 1 in 2027.
Lando Norris just rage quits when he's not given the title.
That really would, even though Verstappen's obviously not been on the grid nearly as long as Alonso and Hamilton, it would sort of be like end of an era, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Like big time.
But you only have one world champion on the grid.
Lando.
Well,
no, probably Russell.
Yeah, probably Russell. Yeah, two. Well, and of course, who did Red Bull bring back in to replace Max once he's left? Sebastian Vettel.
Oh, imagine.
I thought he's shaping up for the new...
Le Mans, right? With Max.
Really?
Yes, that's the current rumor.
No way.
Him
Oh
and
my God.
him and Max, and they're wondering whether they can get Alonso to do Le Mans with them.
I mean, Alonso would. Because he, like I said, the last time he had an Honda engine, he got really, really bored and said, I'm just going to go do the Indy 500. Now I'm going to go do Le Mans. Jensen, do you fancy a ride this weekend?
Maybe I should have done shock substitutions. Jensen Button back from the grave. Right. The motor racing grave. Obviously not the real grave. Although he did...
No, I've got it. Shock substitution. Karun Chandok
finally makes it
In
to
the
Q3.
Aston Martin.
finally makes it to the favourite part of the weekend.
Favorite part of the weekend is Q3, yeah.
Kvyat comes to take his wife and child back.
I did see JB posing in front of F1 Unlocked thing, and that was unfortunate. Where his head placement was. Well done, JB. I think that's pretty much it, guys. The last thing that I had on the list was, do we think Mercedes have this in the bag?
No.
No, purely because of how this vote's going to go.
Which vote? Oh, the engine vote.
Yeah,
I thought you meant our vote.
because midway through the season, they're going to have to change that engine.
Okay.
And it's whether they can get far enough in front like Braun did.
So with that in mind, do you think we'll have a different winner at the first race and the second race? So this bit will come out after we've had the winner at the first race. So who do we think is going to win the first race?
Russell.
Leclerc.
Charles Leclerc.
Leclerc. I think Leclerc as well. So 3 Leclercs and Russell. Who do you think is going to win the last race?
Russell.
I've got Verstappen.
Russell. No, I like Max. I
I just
like
think
that.
Max is going to get stronger as the season goes
I like
on.
that.
Same as last year.
Max.
I like that.
So Leclerc and Max, Leclerc and Russell, Leclerc and Max, Russell, Max.
Yeah.
So 3 Maxes at the end and 3 Leclercs at the beginning. So we don't think Mercedes have got this in the bag. Right.
I'm only
What
saying...
did we waste our time for?
I'm only saying Russell for Australia just because I do think the
Recharging.
the engine just in general, I think it's very high, it's very top end speed, isn't it now?
Yep.
Australia.
Yeah.
And I think over a race, Mercedes will end up being quicker than Ferrari. But Ferrari love to win at Australia, don't they?
Especially where recharging is a problem and that extra compression ratio is going to help them.
But we hope for the rain to come back like it did last year and just cause fucking chaos for the first race of the
that'd be
season.
great.
I mean, yeah,
that would be great.
I would like to put a prediction out there though. I think every sort of short track, as in like Hungary, Monaco, Singapore, I think Ferrari dominate.
So slow speed corners, point and squirt kind of tracks.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think Ferrari dominate those tracks.
Okay. All right. I'm with you. By extension, then most tracks that are top speed tracks, so Saudi, Australia, Bahrain, Qatar,
Mercedes.
Spa, Mercedes, and tracks that are long mid-speed corners, Red Bull, so Suzuka, Imola to a certain point.
Yeah.
Trying to think of others. Silverstone. Yeah.
That's the way I see it.
That's a good consensus to end the podcast on.
Where's the US is going?
COTA would be Mercedes, with Red Bull strong in the Sector 1.
But by that point, Mercedes aren't going to have that
Correct.
potentially overpowered engine. So
Red Bull. Miami, I guess, would be Ferrari.
Yeah.
Because there's quite a high speed mid.
it's very
section.
slow in it.
No,
There's
That
loopy.
last sector is very.
There's just one really, really, really long straight.
Yeah.
The rest is quite slow.
Yeah. Okay. And Vegas would be Mercedes, but
Mercedes, but probably Red Bull.
we're probably Red Bull by that
What
point.
do we think about the cold tracks? What usually led Mercedes to be good? Do you think they're still going to be this big?
Oh, I think they'll
change?
kill
'Cause
Canada again.
Yes.
Yeah.
Do you think their
Canada.
power unit's going to be the only one that can really deal with it?
Well, I think
Tires.
Canada will suit them anyway, right? With that
Yeah.
a mega straight at the back and
World champions.
and then just cold
Yeah, and they
temperatures.
don't have a champion to put in the wall, so they'll be fine.
Yeah.
Well, I think George will probably crash into the wall on his way to becoming champion this year.
Oh.
Because that's what
good.
usually happens. It's not the champions crash into the wall. It's they crash into the wall before and then become champions.
Yeah, and Lando had a dodgy Canada race, didn't he?
He went underneath.
Yeah.
Went underneath back of Piastri,
Yeah,
and
but
that was
he
because he
didn't-
came out of that corner so
He didn't
bad.
go into the World Champions, but he nearly took both of them out.
Well, he come so quick through there, and then kind of like, oh, he's there, and didn't know really what to do.
What about Austria? I always think Austria is quite.
Mercedes.
Really? I think Ferrari might have Austria.
I think Ferrari,
I think
just because it's punchy.
Austria is going to be one of those tracks where neither one of them can get away from the other. Because
Would you think that will be the convergence of the two?
because you've got 3 long straights back to back, but the start of each one of those straights is a slow corner. Well, okay, the last corner is quite quick, but
F1 drivers hate Austria.
yeah,
Like it's meant, I saw. There's some videos on YouTube, and it's like, what's your favorite
There are
track?
some
What's your
videos
what's your least favorite track? And they're asking every single F1 driver, and literally 80% of them, when it says what's your least favorite track, Austria. And I was so shocked by that, but
It is the Shy Guy Beach of the F1
Yes.
calendar.
yes.
So, what is Rainbow Road?
Abu Dhabi.
Vegas. That's a good one. We should do that. What is which constructors would suit which Mario Kart Wii
Okay.
tracks?
There's going to be a bit of a lull.
For I would love Coconut Mall. Don't even start.
Yeah, there's going to be a bit of a lull, sort of, around the transition from Asia to Bahrain and Saudi. I think in all the sports we cover on this podcast. So that might be a good fill. That and that time when, and we'll just focus on that time when Karun Chandhok was in
Q3
in Formula One.
That'd be a nice quick segment.
Okay. Yeah, I think maybe Austria to be the convergence point of the two platforms.
Because it often has been. It often has been, right? That's when Lando and Max had their first sort of big
Max and Lewis
crash. Max
were
Lewis.
very equal there.
I mean, we should maybe also earmark when Mercedes have to bin off their engine.
Yeah,
That could be a good point.
That's the summer break, yeah. Which is after
Hungary.
Austria. Hungary's the last one before the break, isn't it?
Nope.
Have they now moved it?
The Hungary Grand Prix is the weekend of my wedding.
Congratulations.
Oh, congratulations, Ferrari are going to win on the weekend of your wedding.
So Amber has made it specifically clear that everybody needs to be seated and eating by 3:00 so we can watch qualifying.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
What a hero she
I'm
is.
all for it.
And at least you've done it on a Saturday as well, so you're not even interrupting race day like one of our other friends who shall not be mentioned.
Who?
His wedding was on a race weekend. Do you not remember? Because we were sat there watching the race.
No,
He
it was
was-
quality.
I was sat there
No.
watching the Ashes.
It was the Ashes. It was quality. It was a Saturday.
No.
It was a Saturday.
I've got one thing I'd like to mention before you sign
sure.
the podcast off.
Last thing then.
So
Come on, the last thing.
it might be controversial, this, but I like the sound of the cars.
Well, end the podcast there. It's been really nice having you both.
No, dude, I think it's a big improvement from what we've just had.
No?
No,
I don't
Come on, Josh.
fully disagree.
I don't.
I mean, they're never going to compete with the V8, V10 era, but from what we've just had for the last 4 years, I think it's much more F1.
It is much louder.
I've always liked Red Bull because it feels like they're not trying to do it. They've always
had a dull sounding
I've
car.
always thought when you look at Red Bull, it sounds like a TIE fighter, right? It's always just like
Yes, their recharge, their energy deployment thing is right next to the mic, so that's all you can hear is a all the time, the whine.
which is cool. I like that.
Yeah.
I don't know if they do that on purpose. I don't think they do. but
Well, let's not do this scientifically or for anything benefit apart from the noise.
TV cameras.
but yeah, I think it does sound a bit more.
It does sound a
Raw.
bit raw, yeah. I think that will go away as these regs develop.
Sad face.
Sad face.
I was going to say, which track do you think we're going to get a shot podium at? What's going to be a mayor?
Oh, Silverstone.
Baku.
Hungary.
All the questions, see?
No, because I think Hungary, like I say, I expect Ferrari to dominate like tracks like Hungary.
Yeah, but surprise podium. We're going to have Mercedes coming back nerfed.
I think Baku. I think
Esteban
Baku just 'cause
Ocon.
I think they're going to struggle with the energy deployment at Baku.
Oh, yeah, 'cause
Yes.
it's so long.
Yes. It's Spa and Saudi are going to be the worst ones.
Yeah.
That's why I was thinking Spa, because if you throw into that, it rains.
To be fair, I hope we get a good Spa this year. Like they need.
This is the last one for-
if we get
Before it rotates. But
if
they
we
have
get
extended
another-
Barcelona,
yeah.
right?
If we
Yeah.
get another bad Spa, they really do need to change where it is in the year. Because
Yeah.
or they need to let them race when it's fucking raining,
Yeah.
which we've mentioned before.
Oh, yeah.
Some of you may die. That is a price I'm willing to pay.
Well, they've got all the fancy new hazard lights, don't they?
Once again, thank you to Matty and Cam for coming.
No problem,
for
my
joining
pleasure.
us, for being part of the
Thank
council. And thank you to Tim for
Turning up.
turning up.
Pleasure.
Pleasure.
Well,
as
eventually.
always. We will be back next week in terms of where we are with Jake for the second half of our MotoGP stuff. And then, Tim, it's you and me for WEC starting.
Oh, baby.
After that, we're going to be doing like back to the good old days of picking a topic to talk about and then feeding in the motorsport where it's relevant. I think
Nice.
that would be a good thing. So like, you know, teammate rivalries, let's talk about that. But it's F1 and MotoGP. And
Yeah, cool.
Why don't you talk about like family dynasties? So then you can talk about Senna.
And how mid he was.
Which one?
on that note, before we get done for libel or whatever it's called, yes, thanks for listening, and we will see you next week.
Peace.